What's going on, it's Ball here. Welcome to a new video. Today, I'm going to do a slightly in-depth playoff preview for the Starladder Budapest Major. Stage 3, I only got 4 because Maus lost to Donk in the 2-0 game. Donk just 1v9 that series. He was, okay, Sheer as well. Sheer also played well. They just 2v8'd the game and stole my Pickems. I would have got 6 if Maus just beat Spirit. Also, I didn't expect Fury to crush Navi and blitz everyone and over Vitali to lose to FaZe, who had Vitali as my 3-0. That's just unfortunate. I gotta get two quarterfinals and one semifinal to get gold. Yeah, and so this is gonna be a slightly tricky one. Not in the sense of the quarterfinals per se. Again, it depends on how you want to view it, but mainly in the semifinals. I think these are really hard games to call. And so when it comes to this bracket, there's some interesting factors. Forum says Spirit should beat Falcons, right? Forum says that Spirit should win. They're less struggles. They've won other games. But my problem is this Donk 1.7 rating. He can do it against a lot of teams. Falcons has a lot of skill. Like Donk is gonna get the amount of absurd rounds he does against a team with this sheer amount of depth. Like FaZe Clan's lacked firepower for a while. The team has lacked firepower forever at this point. Maus has good firepower, but they don't have a superstar. Like Donk could be the best player on the server, and that best player on the server can be a big difference maker, right? The difference is Modesty can be the best player on the server. You have maps where Kyosuke can be one of the better players on the server. Nico's in theory is my third best player. So Donk and Shiro can, against most teams, can absolutely be the two best players on the server probably. I think Shiro's better than every player on Maus, for being real. Even if you're a Shiro doubter, his numbers are there. His impact, he wins clutches, no memes, nothing, right? He's not low impact, he's not baiting or anything. But against Falcons, you might not even have the two best players in the server. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how tough it can get. And the key problem is that the map veto heavy favors Falcons. Like all the maps Falcons want to play favor, like it heavy favors them. Let's look at even the map win rates, right? Like a lot of maps that Spirit want to play. Let's look at what Spirit want to play. You're thinking, oh, you want to play Ancient, you want to play Dust 2, you want to play Mirage. These are all Falcons maps. These are all maps Falcons want to play. There's nowhere they can go. And Falcons have a free win on Nuke, in my opinion. And your permit is the weakest map for Falcons, or one of the weaker ones for Falcons. Excuse me, 57% across 14 maps. That's not a great map for them, obviously. A lot of teams pick into them, and they lose a good chunk of them. Admittedly, that win against G2 is obviously a key one. It shows that they can play it, but still. Falcons got to play Cure Comfort. The consistency across the field has been pretty good. The 3 stars have all played well. Admittedly, Monty had a slow start for the event, but he woke up when it mattered. He turned up late. Best thing against Malice, he had some good rounds. Had a good Mirage at the end. He played a great last 2 matches against G2, so he's warmed up. Nico's been consistent every game, pretty much. I think he had a bad nuke against Maus, but otherwise he's been good every game. They played a lot of maps, by the way. They played like the maximum amount of maps you could get, almost maximum. Like they played 3v1s and 3 maps in 2 series. That's 9 maps. Yeah, 9 maps. Spirit only played 5, and the firepower of the 3 stars is legit. My issue is obviously Kixon's had a really rough event, and Tessus has been out of position and out of form. Obviously, because he's playing more supportive for a while now. So that is a slight concern. But otherwise, if one Kickstarter Tessus at least frags it reasonably, and the 3 stars all turn up, Spirit get outgunned, they get out vetoed. This should be a Falcons win. Maybe even 2-0. Unless Spirit goes for the risk on train, which they've only played twice last 3 months, and that's because both times they're forced to almost. Because obviously, Spirit's map pool is fairly limited these last couple months. Even with the 3-0 in the Swiss, they only got out because Donk and Shiro played inhuman Counter-Strike. Keep that in mind. Like in that training game against Team Liquid, that was literally Shiro and Donk 2v8 in the game, and Team Liquid didn't have enough skill to stop them. They didn't have the players or the protocols or the team play to stop them. Falcons will have enough protocols. I don't think that they're even like a super stable 5-man lineup in case of Falcons, but I think they have enough firepower to outlast them. Moments for Vitality. Here's the thing, right? If you think about Vitality's form last couple months, and you think about how unconfident their map view has been the last couple months, okay, congrats, Mongos. Assuming Vitality don't go for Nuke through their recent battle on a 4-1, like they lost to Tyloo, they lost to Furia, they barely beat Spirit in overtime. Spirit themselves had like a 20, you saw on the screen, they had like 20% win rate on Nuke. Given that Vitality's lack of confidence and Mongos get to start CT, and the old Placenza used to be at least decent on it, and used to beat Vitality on a regular basis on this map, like a pretty back and forth record on it. Congrats, Mongols. You're going to get maps you want to play. You're going to argue with 3 of your 4 best maps. You're going to get Inferno, Mirage, Dust 2. You get 3 of your better maps in this video. Congrats. And I don't want to play Overpass. And they're not a train team. Okay, hurts Mongols a little bit, and their best map statistically is Ancient. It's a map that they crush G2 on, so that hurts a bit. But you are getting like your 2nd, 3rd, 4th pass realistically. Let's Vitality are really confident in their nuke. They go, we can fix our issues on it. We're totally not in a slump on this map, despite losing to Tyloo convincingly. And that's with them looting a pistol and a conversion. They got 4 rounds. That's concerning. But like, assuming Vitality plays purely on confidence, you're going to get 3 maps that Moles can play, which is a positive. The only issue is, okay, Controllers played well. No guarantee in his second arena game ever, and first massive arena, because Shado was a good arena, not comparable to the Major Budapest with 20,000 people. And maybe the qualifiers, I think, are 8K, I think. Maybe 9K. That's still legit, and the pressure of it's the Major. Controllers is not the best player in the server, even. And he's not as good as Senzu. Like, even with his regular moments against Vitality, Moles had to frag out of their goddamn minds to make this a match. Like, Senzu and Dante had to play inhuman superstar Counter-Strike, or one of Techno Blitz had to, like, play above and beyond, especially Blitz. So had to play above and beyond so you can even out the firepower. Assuming that, okay, Blitz has been up and down the last couple months. I mean, this event he's played well. And Zeno, okay, he played great this event, but he's been a bit up and down. Nathan actually hasn't even needed to turn up much. He had that one sick game against FaZe, but otherwise has been pretty average. Techno's had some issues. He played well against G2, but otherwise had some problems. Mo's firepower has been decent, but Vitality, come on, Flames hasn't even needed to turn up, and they still have good firepower. Like, Rops has played great. Mez has been decent. These last, like, 3 events, he's played, like, the best player in the world at times. He's played amazing Counter-Strike as an individual. And so, yes, Mo's going to get comfort, but Vitality also get arguably their 3 best maps in this video. And I think Vitality are better teams, so I think they should win this series. Then we go to Mouse vs. FaZe Clan. Here's the thing, right? Yes, you can go for a Mirage Punish. Yes, FaZe is a better record on it. Mouse have barely played. They barely won on it. I think the only wins against Genomates at EPL, if I remember quickly. Let me check real quick. Yeah, they lost 3. But admittedly, those against lost to Falcons and Spirit. World-class Mirage teams. FaZe themselves aren't world beaters on it. They barely beat Passion, UA, who are not a Mirage team, by the way. Are not a team that should play that map. But I think FaZe can steal Mirage. That's actually a winnable map, unironically. It's doable. They've won enough times that there's a major on that map. I think they could do that, right? Not found. I think you have free win Overpass. The record on is excellent. The only losses this season on Overpass, I think, are against on land after not including the Imperial loss, are against Fury 13-11 and 2 losses to Spirit. And one of them was a very close game in this major. So Mao's record on Overpass is legit. They play it reasonably enough. They play it often enough, and I know they can play it. The problem is the rest of the 3 maps in the pool, assuming we're doing standard bans, and especially because Mao's have not lost train since the player break, since Austin, when they lost to Vitality back when Vitality themselves were the best train team. It means that Mao's going to get overpasses, in my opinion, a freebie. FaZe are not an overpassing. They barely beat Passion. I mean, Passion did kind of get lucky with some lucky ninja diffuses, and I think they won both pistols. So, fair enough. FaZe did win legit gun rounds, but they also won a couple 4v5, some scrappy rounds. They even won like a CT side. I think Broken won a couple clutches in the CT side. I think Miles, they pick overpass, I think, in favor of them on it. The problem is, okay, Nuke, Inferno, and Ancient. The problem is, FaZe with Jacob has barely played Ancient. And they're not that great on it. Like, they barely play it. They usually just avoid it. Miles' record on Ancient sucks. That's mainly because they've lost like a billion times to Falcons. I think those are 3 losses, or maybe 4 losses to Falcons. Or those 6 losses. I think 1 is against Spirit. If I remember correctly. 4 of those losses are against Falcons, and they beat FaZe twice during that stretch. So, you know what I mean? They have 3 losses to Falcons and 1 overtime to Na'Vi, and Na'Vi are a pretty decent team on that map. So, basically, rip that record to shreds. I favor Miles if they play Ancient. Especially because Miles are going to probably start CT side, and they're dangerous on that half. And then he goes to like a Nuke. Yes, Miles' record on Nuke is bad, but that's mainly because, again, they're losing like Falcons, Vitality. These are elite level Nuke teams. And FaZe barely beat Red Canids on this map. They lost to Flux on this goddamn map. They had to win in overtime to beat Nip. They're not a Nuke team. We get to beat Vitality, fair enough. That's a legit win. That's a good win. Thumbs up. But Vitality themselves haven't been great on it. Like I think Miles, like, if they play Nuke, especially given that Miles are going to start CT, I favor them slightly on it. If you're on the Inferno, yes, FaZe have shown in this major they've won a bunch of times on Inferno. It's one of the few maps that has stayed with them, even during some of the assault, outside when they first added Jacob and they had some issues on it. But Miles is a world-class Inferno team. Like, I think across those whole season, they've lost like 2 games of Inferno, like 3 games of Inferno, the whole like season. They don't lose Inferno. Like, they lost in overtime to Falcons after multiple ones. Keep that in mind. They lost 2 games to Vitality. One, okay, they got wrecked in London, but one was a 13-10 in the second time they played at Chengdu. That's literally it. Like, they're literally 8-3. They're 9-2, literally. And the 2 losses are Falcons in overtime, who they beat multiple times, and Vitality, who they beat, right? Those are still 2 of the better teams, even though Falcons aren't good on Inferno. But those are actual Inferno teams, and FaZe have been ducking, and only being bad teams on this map. So if it goes to Inferno, Ancient, I favor Miles reasonably. And Nuke could be interesting, but I think Miles will just get rid of Nuke, because if you beat Vitality on Nuke, you can at least play it. I think any decider favors Miles. I think FaZe are good enough to win Mirage. I think Miles have shown enough issues on T side of this map that they can win Mirage. The decider, any of the 2 potential deciders, Inferno or Ancient, especially if it's Inferno, I favor Miles. So then we go to Fury versus Na'Vi. Okay, the positive thing is I actually favor Na'Vi on Mirage. Na'Vi are decent enough on Mirage. They play it actively. They beat Fury last time, reasonably comfy. Yes, Fury is a good Mirage team, and look at their map win rates. All their map win rates are legit, obviously. And look at the amount of maps, by the way. That's legit, right? The problem is, Phase and Theory, Fury could go anywhere. They can go Nuke to punish, because they literally had 12 CTF last time, and they beat them in third final. The third map when Fall went crazy. They can go Train if they want. They can go, oh, it's our second best map. I should pick it anyway, because we can't pick Overpass. They have options. Fury can go anywhere. They can go Dust 2, maybe go more like, oh, let's go Navi. Don't pick all the time. Navi can play Dust 2. They beat Aurora twice. They beat Mongols. They can play Dust 2. But, like, they're not world beaters on Dust 2. They're not they're, like, amazing on it. And they don't pick it often. And all their wins are close. Or they can go, like, they can go Inferno thinking, okay, we lost last time. That was also with, like, Moda and Yukin are both playing terrible. So, realistically, if they step up, we could win that, obviously. And so Fury can go anywhere. And any decider, Train decider, maybe both shake hands, go Dust 2 decider, any decider, like Nuke decider, God forbid, Navi wants to run it back and get spanked again. Any decider, I think Fury. I think Mirage is doable, just because Fury's a good Mirage team, but I've always trusted Navi, even in slumps on that map, to always be able to compete on it. To a point where I think that's like enough where I give Navi a chance on Mirage, but otherwise this should be a win. And then we go Falcons versus Vitality. Obviously, the last couple, they played 3 times this season, actually. They played an EWC and tiebreaker, and Falcons won 2-1. They played a best 5 EPL, and Vitality swept them 3-0. And they played a Blast Rivals, and Falcons won 2-0. But keep in mind, before that, Vitality won every other time, admittedly in close fashion. In I think 4 series, and 3 of them were all the maps. So this should actually be a good game. The way the map view should go is that, okay, standard bans, especially because, yes, Overpass being banned helps Vitality, because Vitality aren't a team that picks it, but Vitality at least can play it. I know they can play the map. So, keep that in mind. Pick should be obvious. Like, Vitality should still pick Inferno, despite the loss last time. It took Monster getting ace clutch to win in overtime. I trust them enough to win that. Or Vitality can say, fuck it, we know it's a good map, you're going to pick Dust 2, because we're the best Dust team in the world. I think either or, I think that's every Vitality on, right? Then we go to Falcons, they have to pick Nuke. I think because Vitality's bled enough times on this map, there's title on it, there's phase on it. Falcons lost the mouse, was close, that was a doable game. Falcons, that was a game where they lost both pistols, that was a gritty-ass game. And they're normally a good team on Nuke. Like, they crush Passion. They can play both halves. I see them grind gun runs on this map actively on both halves. Like, against 3D Max, they lost both pistols and conversions. It's still 1-0 against the 3D Max team who do play Nuke, at least. So, I know they can play fundamentals on that map. They have the best, one of the better Nuke operators, also Zayu, obviously, in Monasi. They have the best rep player, in my opinion, Kyosuke. He's a monster on that position. Kyosuke on T side, on outside, wins every fight. It's insane. So it should go 3. The problem is, okay, assume Inferno's a pick for Vitality. Dust 2, Train, or Mirage. I think I favor Vitality on all 3 of these deciders. Dust 2, I think it favors Vitality, even though Falcons are good on Dust 2. I think Vitality's still the best team in the world on Dust 2. Then if it goes to Train, neither team are great on it, but Falcons, I've seen them like have some really messy T-halves when they don't get, like, when the slow style doesn't work. And their CT side isn't locked out as much as other teams are. And Vitality can, if Vitality gets CT start, soon, because I think they're going to be the higher seed here. I've seen Zayu, I've seen at the best in the first half they appeal like Flames on outer, like I've seen Robson inner, like lock down CT. Like the amount of times Robson would win every box halls fight was insane. And so I know they can lock down CT, and Falcons aren't so amazing on it, despite the fact that early on they had to wins on it. And I think those losses to Fury in close fashion have like scarred them a bit on that map. And goes to Mirage, I think that's the best of the 3 for Falcons. But Vitality this last season's been pretty good on Mirage. Like, they actually improved on it. They used to be one of their maps I thought they were Paper Tiger on. They relied a lot on C-side before, but they actually improved their T-sides. They can grind on this map. So I think any decider slightly favors Vitality. I think there's a chance if Falcons individually play amazing, they just blast them in 2 or 3 maps. But if it gets close, I favor Vitality's great. Mouse versus Furia, last 2 times they played on land, because I know that online Furia beat them 2-0, but Mola was cheating in that series. He was fucking toggling. But both on the land, it was a Chengdu and Cologne. I mean, Cologne was a while ago. Both times were 3 maps. Pretty similar maps in the veto. It was like, oh, Train, Mirage, Inferno. Then it was Inferno, Overpass, Train. So pretty similar maps. And both teams got to put maps they want to play. Like, what are the maps Fury wants to play, right? They want to play Train. They want to play Nuke. They're down to put some Inferno as well. Some Overpass. These are all maps want to play. So both teams are getting maps they have a chance on. They would at least compete on. They could play, absolutely. Especially because Miles and Group show they can beat Falcons on Nuke. So that does show me they at least can compete with Fury on that map. So Fury, I think, should try and go for some weird, like a Mirage punish. Fury's good on Mirage, and Mirage has been sketch as hell this whole season, to be honest. Like, since the player break, ever since Austin even, because Austin had a bunch of Mirage losses and, like, or some really close Mirage wins. Like, it's not been an amazing map for them for like a good, like, 5 months now. So I think they'll be punished. Mouse should just go Inferno anyway. Yes, Fear is good on Inferno, but Mouse is amazing on Inferno. And Fear probably might even let you play Train Overpass the Decider. Fear will not let you play Inferno Decider. You 32 of them last time at Chengdu. You had a Monster Cheetah come back in Cologne. I think it should be 1-1. If Fear go for the smart Mirage pick, Decider probably goes Overpass. I think Fear just gives her a train out of respect. Mouse is the best train team in the world. Might has to get a nuke because I think they get spanked on if they play nuke. Overpass, both teams enjoy. Fear is technically the best Overpass team, but they haven't played it much in this event, and they ended up 10 rounds against G2. And I think Mouse are good enough. Well, I actually have Mouse to steal in 3. I actually think Mouse can beat Fear. I actually have Mouse to win, which means I have Vitality to beat Mouse. And I'm just gonna show this second camera, and I actually have Vitality to win the major. Not necessarily because I think Vitality are in amazing form. And keep in mind, I think if Fear makes 5, I think Fear wins any best 5 against either Falcons or Vitality. Fear's map pool depth is fucking insane. They can play every map in the pool. Like, Fear even has the luxury of playing Vitality in the best 5 to give her dust too, because Vitality has to respect Man Ancient now, because they beat them at Chengdu on that map. Admittedly, Vitality were up at 11-8, they had a 2v1 against Fallen, but does Vitality risk the major against a map they don't play? And on top of that, Vitality showed they could beat Navi on Train, so this could play Train. So Fear is such a heavy V, and because Falcons, okay, Overpass ban helps Falcons, but Ancient being banned by Fear hurts Falcons a lot too. I think it hurts both of them pretty equally. And the problem is you go down the list, okay, Nuke, both teams go down, Falcons have a chance. Inferno favors Furia, Mirage, both teams can play coin toss. Or go to like something like go to Dust 2, I think it favors Fury slightly. Depends. I think it depends how much confident Falcons are. Falcons are great maps they have a good chance on, but Fury's map pool depth is too crazy. I'm just gambling that Mouse wins in 3 against Fury, and Vitality will have enough quality to outlast. That Vitality Mouse final should be awesome, though. It should go 5 maps, because Mouse will win Train and Overpass. Vitality's been scared of those maps for a while. Vitality will win Mirage if they pick it, because Mouse and Mirage has been dog water for months now. And Vitality will win Nuke, because Vitality is still a slightly better Nuke team right now. And then Inferno side should be amazing. It should be 5, and I think Vitality wins the major. So, that's just my opinion. So after the rambling, if you guys do enjoy, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.